We've had some tough times in the past year, and Lord knows we could do with some comedy to make us smile. Whether you're into cringy sitcoms, Oscar-nominated satire, or gross-out comedy, here are just a handful of the films and TV shows that I return to when I'm in need of a laugh. I'm Sharky, YouTuber, gamer, and all-round entertainer, and these are my picks for the funniest film and TV moments on Prime Video. You don't need me to tell you that The US Office is hilarious. It's been voted the funniest sitcom in the world.
That's funny. That's funny.
And has spawned so many memes that even if you haven't seen the show, you probably know some of its classic lines.
You always left me satisfied and smiling, so...
That's what she said.
This mockumentary-style workplace comedy follows the employees of Dunder Mifflin Paper Company and their hapless boss, Michael Scott, who is a magnet for cringeworthy buffoonery. For me, the episode of Michael Scott Learns Spanish has to be up there as one of the funniest.
Buenos dias, Aaron.
Buenos dias, Miguel.
I'm trying to learn Spanish at the moment, and I've definitely been guilty of walking around my house saying Buenos dias.
Buenos dias, Dwight.
I also love that the name Dwight simply doesn't translate into Spanish. I think this episode captures two of the best things about The Office. One, the situations are always relatable. Who hasn't tried to speak another language and then immediately found themselves out of their depth?
Buenos dias, Jaime.
Buenos días, Miguel. ¿Cómo está? ¿Bien? Claro que sí. Yo soy fantástico. ¿Qué pasa?
Ha-ha!
And two, Michael Scott has the best of intentions, but somehow always manages to miss the mark.
Eso es lo que dice él. That's what he says. Damn it.
Imagine a Marvel universe is populated with characters from The Wire, and you'll get a sense of what to expect from the boys. Before you ask what this scuzzy, violent show is doing in the Funniest Moments video, this series was produced by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, aka the duo behind Superbad, Pineapple Express, and the notorious satire The Interview. The boys are vigilantes out to stop these self-destructive suits from wreaking havoc. You've got their head honcho Billy Butcher, explosives expert Frenchie, skill detective Mother's Milk, the muscle of the group, the female, and tech nerd Huey Campbell. For me, the riffing with superhero stereotypes is definitely the funniest part.
Your brand is hope, baseball, America, sunshine. You don't do vengeance.
They're like celebrities whose fame has got to their heads.
Can I get a selfie?
And instead of being eternal do-gooders, they're drunk, disorderly, and dangerous, and with great power comes great irresponsibility. The scene where Homelander and Queen Maeve, who are styled on Superman and Wonder Woman, are ill-equipped to handle a plane hijacking is a funny example of the show's blackly comic humor. I think it's an accurate depiction of how superheroes would actually deal with this scenario.
You gotta go out there, lift the plane up.
Lift the plane? How? There's nothing to stand on.
While this animated comedy about four foul-mouthed boys from Colorado might not be everyone's cup of tea, South Park's shocking and satirical humor is undeniable genius. There was a period in my life where I watched this show literally every night. It might have won people over with a string of F-bombs coming from the mouths of these four adorable cartoons. But South Park has endured because of its ability to adapt, particularly from season 3 onwards, where it started playing around with perspectives, cliffhangers, and character arcs. Eric Cartman has got to be my favorite character. The way his brain works just doesn't make sense to me. He's the one that shocks me the most and does the craziest things.
Maybe he caught a disease and died. That'd be so awesome. Dude, that's not funny. You shouldn't joke about that. Whoa. Who's joking?
The episode where he goes to extreme lengths to go to Casa Bonita for Carl's birthday.
Casa Bonita, Casa Bonita, food and fun in a festive atmosphere, Casa Bonita. Who said I'm inviting you?
And ends up kidnapping Butters, who got invited instead.
All right, folks, this is the little boy we're looking for.
Is a perfect example of Eric Cartman at his most deranged. And the fact South Park progressed his character from comic relief
Well, screw you guys, I'm going home.
to mega villain is proof that he's a big part of the reason the show works so well.
I am going to Casa Bonita.
Guy Ritchie always delivers a good time, and his latest gangster romp is no different. The Gentleman is suave, brash, and very, very funny.
That is a useful bit of plant then, isn't it? So that heats up your knees and cooks at the same time.
Expect backstabbing, double-crossing, and flying bullets. Matthew McConaughey is the owner of a thriving marijuana business that he's looking to sell. Charlie Hunnam is his right-hand man who may or may not be getting blackmailed by Hugh Grant. Jeremy Strong and Henry Golding show up as prospective buyers. And Colin Farrell is on hilarious flat cap wearing form as a boxing coach who doesn't mince his words.
I just smell a wee in here.
However, it's Hugh Grant's performance that sealed the deal for me, especially in this scene where he breaks into Charlie Hunnam's house.
Fletcher. Buenos tardes, Raimundo.
And starts spinning an elaborate tale.
I am a storyteller. As they say in a film game, I'm laying pipe.
He's clearly having the time of his life, and this combined with Paddington 2 should cement his talent for playing villains. The glasses, the jacket, the accent, it's absolute class.
Good for me, that. But in this case, it's bad for you.
Next up is a much more heartwarming, feel-good film called The Upside. Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart star as a depressed but loaded quadriplegic and a wayward ex-convict who form an unlikely but lasting friendship. At first you might be thinking, how is a film with Walter White and a stand-up comedian gonna work? But it really, really does. When Kevin Hart's Dale inadvertently lands the job as the primary caregiver to Cranston's cranky inventor Philip, both of them have a lot of learning to do. Dale has to figure out what the hell a kumquat is and how to insert a catheter.
This don't look like it's gonna fit, man.
That's what she said.
And Phil soon discovers the joys of Aretha Franklin and dope. The results of which are, well, dope.
I want 14 hot dogs and a banana daiquiri.
You guys high?
The scene where Dale tries to take a shower and is confronted by this state-of-the-art German robot is just one of the many funny moments that highlight how different their backgrounds are.
Monzu, vertikale Spritz.
They go from strangers, albeit with a weirdly intimate relationship, to full-blown co-conspirators, and it's a genuine pleasure to watch. Even just talking about it is making me want to rewatch it. I might just do that tonight, you know.
Figaro, 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 Figaro.
But before I do, let me tell you about a couple more of the funniest movies on Prime Video. One of which has to be the Borat sequel. Sacha Baron Cohen revives his iconic Kazakh character for another madcap adventure.
It was time for me to return to Yankee Land to save my people.
This time he's traveling to America with the intention of giving his teenage daughter Tutar to Mike Pence. As explained in the film's full title, delivery of prodigious bribe to American regime for make benefit once glorious nation of Kazakhstan. Although Borat is as awkward and moronic as always, the film's secret weapon is Bulgarian actress Maria Bakalova, who received an Oscar nom for her performance and takes on most of the pranks herself as Borat is now too famous to fool people. The scene where she and Borat perform a moonblood fertility dance is painfully funny. It's the kind of comedy where you don't want to look, but at the same time you can't stop watching. And if boundary pushing is your favorite brand of comedy, feast your eyes on Sausage Party. There's a horny taco.
I have feelings for you I can't deny. Crotch feelings.
Feminist buns and dirty banter for days.
You know it, baby. Work those buns. All of you. All day, day. Lined up, waiting to get filled with my meat.
Basically, this film is about animated supermarket food that have no idea what happens once they get bought by customers, and so they set out on a quest to discover what will become of them. Spoiler alert, it ain't pretty. It was co-written by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, those guys again, which should tell you all you need to know about the sense of humor in Sausage Party. It's got innuendo, profanity, and lots of visual inventiveness. Sausage Party plays with the idea that our food has feelings, and naughty ones at that. The filth that occurs between the frankfurters and the buns is epic. But one of my favorite scenes is the kitchen massacre, where the characters find out that their future looks pretty dicey. It flips a switch on what it means to cook dinner, and let's just say, you'll never look at a potato the same way again. If you thought Toy Story could have done with an extra helping of filth, then Sausage Party will give you more than your fill. So what are you waiting for? Check out all of these films and TV shows now on Prime Video and discover what makes you smile.
Well, kid, you made an entire town panic, you lost all your friends, and now you're going to juvenile hall for a week. Was it worth it?
Totally.